Yo, what's going on and welcome back. This is the fast build, as I like to call it. Everything about being fast, attacking fast, killing people fast, this is it. So what we've got here, this is what we're running. We've got the Storm Dash, the Veil of Storm. We've got Blood Rage, and then we've got Power Surge. So these are obviously your main three abilities. And each one you want to have the gems that correspond to as much damage and speed and attack speed and all that as possible. Alright, so these are the jewels that you want to run. These are the best for Veil of Storm. These are the best for Blood Rage. And these are best in slot for Power Surge. For the ult, you're probably wanting Heart Strike. This build is all about, keeping mid-range distance so you can get the effect of the whip. As you can see at the right, at the tip of the whip is when you do the most damage. Having a look there, it says, additional 20% physical damage in the small radius. So you always want to be in this distance. So if you ever get gap closed, then you can sort of just, ult through them, get some health back, and you're chilling. Now for the gear, you definitely want Dracula's Shadow Chest Guard, Dracula's Shadow Leggings, the whole set of just Dracula's Shadow stuff. Obviously, you have a look here, physical crit strike power, primary attack leech, all that's great for this build. It's what you want. For Amulet, you want Blade Master, just attack speed. It also gives you the Lesser Storm Shield. That's really good. With your dash, you can actually consume the static that your Lesser Storm Shield puts around you to stun them. And that's it's going to set up, another a Whippy or Greatsword Q or whatever you want, right? The only other alternative I find is possibly the Crimson Commander. The chance to get a lesser Blood Rage can be pretty decent. Especially if your Blood Rage is currently down, but also the Weapon Skill Life Leech. It's really good to just keep yourself topped up whenever you're hitting, because you are hitting a hell of a lot, right? Just fucking smack, smack, smack. Now for weapons, I would probably run this setup. You don't have to run all of them. Running 8, especially in open world PvP, is a bit grindy, a bit difficult to upkeep having 8 different weapons, especially if you have 3 or more as artifacts. But the most important ones for this build, I would say Whip. The Whip is the most important. It benefits the most out of attack speed. I would then say Slashes and Pistol. These are mainly for the iframe, right? That, as well as this Slashes specifically, inflict static. So straight away you can go a Slasher Q, right? You just slash a Q, and then you can auto for the stun. But the Pistol, also the iframe. It's really handy to have, iframe, 2 quick iframes on 2 different weapons that the whip doesn't really have, because for the most part with the whip you're just going to be left clicking, just going to be attacking. Obviously the flames from the artifact whip are nice, but if you have the normal whip, it's fine too. With the normal whip you can set up combos like Entangle into Greatsword Q, or just in general Greatsword Q into Whip Auto, that sort of thing. The great thing about this build is you can use it for anything and everything. You can use it for any bosses, sort of even the rift incursions, any sort of PvE. Especially in PvP, this is quite good. If your server's running a lot of Void that I have been encountering, it's really good for it. So yeah, this build is just great all around the board. You don't even have to use Whip for it. You can use whatever you like. You can use a bow. Bow is really fucking good with it. You can use your axes that you jump in close, and there's even more attack speed to give. So yeah, enjoy the build. I hope you enjoy the next clips. They're going to be clips of some V-Arena fights that I had just using this build. A lot of the clips are actually with Oberon, who is one of the best in OCE, in Australian servers, or one of at least. So it's a fairly good sort of assessment of how decent the build can be. Keeping note that he usually destroys me, and I think he destroyed me overall in the session that we had, but you can see the potential that this build has even against much better players. So I hope you enjoy and have fun.